Hello, dear students. In last lecture, we have discussed about the role of microorganisms in organic and inorganic substances. Now, in this lecture, we will discuss about the role of microorganisms in fermentation. So, here, Theodore and Swan and other their assistant had proposed that in 1837 that yeast cells were responsible for the conversion of sugar to alcohol. Due to chemical instability, a process they call that process of alcoholic fermentation. So what happened in 1837, Theodore Swan and some of their assistant or you can say in contributor, they proposed that for the conversion of sugar into alcohol are due to the chemical instability among that substances, and they call the process as a alcoholic fermentation, and that process, that is alcoholic conversion of sugar to alcohol, is carried out by means of yeast cells. Then the question arises that what is meant by alcoholic fermentation? So alcoholic fermentation is a complex biochemical process during which yeast cells convert sugar to ethanol, carbon dioxide, and other metabolic byproducts that contribute to the chemical composition and properties of the fermented food stock. So it is nothing but a definition of alcoholic fermentation, in which what happens, it is a complex biochemical process in which yeast cells are involved and they convert sugar into ethanol, carbon dioxide, and other metabolic byproducts, which can be useful for the or contribute to the chemical composition and properties of the fermented food stock. So later on, one of the contributor, or can say microbiologist, Louis Pasteur, believed that fermentation are carried out by the living organisms and produce asymmetric products such as amyl alcohol. One of the theory regarding role of microorganism in fermentation is that Louis Pasteur believed that fermentation carried out by the living organism and to produce asymmetric products such as amyl alcohol. At the same time, one of the industrialists, that is Mr. Bigot, in 1856, he was in his factory of wine production in France, Lille. He requested Pasteur to solve the issue of sour taste of wine. So one of the industrialists, Bigot, he found that he has his own factory for the production of wine, and he experienced a problem of a sour taste of wine. So he requested Louis Pasteur, please solve the issue regarding that wine fermentation. So Pasteur found that normally yeast produce alcohol from the fermentation, but due to the growth of fermented microorganisms, which leads to the production of lactic acid rather than ethanol, he called it as a disease of wine. So when Pasteur visited his industry, he found that during the process of fermentation, normally yeast produces alcohol, but due to the growth of unwanted microorganisms, when enter into that media, or you can say that raw substance in the fermentation, so is the production of lactic acid on the place of ethanol. That means due to the growth of unwanted organism, there is end product of that fermentation should be ethanol, but there is a production of lactic acid. That's why the taste of wine becomes sour. So Pasteur further demonstrated that all the fermentation were due to the activities of specific yeast and bacteria. So he solved the issue. His study leads to the study of wine disease and the development of pasteurization to prevent wine during these stories. So lots of work on fermentation process was carried out by the Louis Pasteur, and Pasteur continued his studies on fermentation for almost 20 years and leads to the discovery of some fermentative microorganisms which are anaerobic and could live only in the absence of oxygen, whereas others were able to live either aerobically or anaerobically. So extensive work was carried out by the Louis Pasteur on fermentation process, and he discovered aerobic and anaerobic microorganisms. Anaerobic microorganisms are that organisms which do not grow in presence of oxygen, while aerobic organisms, for their growth, they require oxygen. So it is all about the role of microorganisms in fermentation. So with respect to the which type of fermentation process is carried out, different types of product of fermentation can be synthesized, and it was given by the Louis Pasteur. So he have given some definition regarding aerobicity of microorganisms. So here we can say aerobic